So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to sort of come to a close here with, I suppose, one of my favourite subjects. It's a subject I'm often accused of exploiting for comedy, but I make no regrets on that. I refer to toilet humour. Because I love toilet humour, and not just because I think it's ecologically important that we come to terms with the toilet that we're making of our world. I mean, the North Sea, they say Britain is going to stop processing sewage in the North Sea by 1998. Well, I don't think I can fucking wait that long, do you? I mean, what's going to happen to the traditional British seaside holiday of plopping yourself down on a towel and toweling yourself down on a plop? You know what I mean? Toilet humour. Because it's a psychological excursion. You learn about yourself. You learn about your smallness and your fartiness in toilet humour. Because I don't know about you, but I'm going to share some truth with you at the end of the evening now. I'm going to tell you something real. I can't stand people hearing my noises. I will do anything to avoid a total stranger hearing me go plop. Anything. If I am in a public toilet and there is somebody out there, I'll clinch up, I'll wait him out. Oh, I think he's not going to hear my splash, that bastard's not going to... I'm never going to meet the guy, but I'm fucking terrified he'll hear my splash. Why? So, I'm in a public toilet. It was in the service station I was telling you about before. And I've got to have a poo. And it's an empty loo. Oh, thank God I can have a really noisy splash and empty toilet. Well, obviously it wasn't entirely empty. I mean, obviously there's the ferryman there who's got to paddle you across the puddle of piss. But apart from that, it's empty. So he paddles me across the piss puddle, I tip the ferryman, wade ashore through the ripples of the piss lake, and I'm choosing my cubicle. Oh! Which of this dazzling collage of fucked up primeval swamps shall I entrust my pristine bottom to today? How wonderful to be a member of the human race when one sees the inside of a public toilet. Perhaps the first one, where some friend of humanity has kicked a hole in the bowl and hung the seat on the cistern. Lovely. I think not that one. Perhaps the second cubicle, recently vacated by the gentleman with the sprinkler attachment on his arsehole. There is shit everywhere. How did he do it? It's on the walls, on the floor, it's on the fucking ceiling. I mean, he must have been having a shit standing on his head. So I'm obviously not going in that one. Perhaps the third cubicle, where the previous bloke has neglected to flush it. What? Such a small thing, isn't it? Flush the toilet after you use it. It's not my fucking toilet, why should I flush it? I don't fucking care, it's nothing to do with me, I don't own it. I haven't got shares in it, so why the fuck should I care about it? It's nothing to do with me, I don't own it, I'm not going to flush it. Fuck off, I've used it, bollocks. Nothing to do with me. Quite often, when a loo hasn't been flushed, right, you look inside where you can't help it, can you? And it's enormous. It's like a chocolate Swiss roll. The bloke has obviously thought, now that is too beautiful to kill. Someone is going to enjoy looking at that as much as I have. And quite often, ladies and gentlemen, quite often when your toilet hasn't been flushed and you kind of glance in and you... I mean, I don't know fucking how to tell you that, but quite often when it hasn't been flushed, you go, look in. There's no paper in the toilet, man. I mean, no paper. The guy has dropped a fucking house of a turd and there's no paper. I mean, what's he done? He just walked in, right, that's it, I'm off. I suppose we should be grateful he bothered to pull his trousers down. I thought it was quite a sophisticated shit, really. I did it in a toilet, didn't I? Ladies and gentlemen, what's this guy done? What has this guy done? I'm not going in there. No way. The final toilet, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's quite clean, it's quite usable, thank you God. So I get in there and I spend maybe half an hour balancing sheets of paper on the seats, you know, as you do. Balancing it around, paranoia, you might be able to catch it, you never know. Put the paper down. So I spend half an hour putting it down. You sit down, the air movement caused by your bottom wafts the paper onto the floor. Bollocks! They should put blue tack in there, shouldn't they? They should put a bit of glue in so you can glue the paper. I mean, that's what the paper's for. I mean, I've got to tell you, the paper is for putting on the seat. I mean, it's not for wiping your bum, I can tell you. I mean, it's like a sheet of hardboard, isn't it? I mean, it's not exactly absorbent, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't much absorb it as spread it around, isn't it? I mean, you start with a dainty little nick of shit at the end of your anus. You start wiping before you know it's up your back and down the back of your thighs. I know it's rude, but why don't they put some decent paper in it? All cost trees. So eventually you get under the warm air hand dryer, dry it out, chip it off. Anyway, you sat there with the paper. There I am, I'm ready. And I notice no lock on the door. Why? Why no lock? Because some friend of humanity's kicked it off. Why has he kicked it off? Well, it's not my fucking toilet, is it? Why shouldn't I kick it off? It's nothing to fucking do with me. I've used it now. I don't fucking use it anymore. It's over for me. I've not got shares in it. I don't own it. I don't fucking care about it. I've used it bollocks, so I'm going to kick the lock off. So, I know, because of that bloke who has got no idea of society, just as Thatcher said, there is no such thing as society. Because of that attitude, I'm going to sit on a toilet with me leg jammed against the fucking door to keep it closed. So I sit down, open my newspaper, jam my leg against the door, and the bastard opens outwards. So I gotta grab the door and hold it. I just managed to get me bum over the edge of the seat, and I'm holding onto the door, just desperately holding on the last splintered bits of wood and screw of the lot with my fingers, because I'm that fucked up in my brain that I would rather have my fingernails torn out of my hand than have anyone see me having a poo. What's wrong with me? So I sat there, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drop it. I'm going to drop a noisy one. It's cool. But no, there is another bloke getting out of the ferry. He tips the ferryman, wades ashore through the ripples of the piss lake. He's choosing his cubicle. I'm thinking, oh God, please only have a piss, because I can't let him hear me, you see. I'm sat there like that. I'm clenched up. I'm going to wait for him to go. I cannot bear a total stranger hearing my plop. But he's going to have a plop too. He's choosing his cubicle. He can't go in the broken one. Obviously not whirly splat, you remember that one? You'd be out of your mind. He'll have to go in the one the previous bloke never flushed. So, you can hear him trying to flush it. He's got a piece of paper, he's holding the handle through the... Because, you know, they could catch something off the handle. Why, the bloke hasn't shat on the handle? Well, maybe he did. It's not my fucking toilet, I'll shit on what I like. There's no such thing as society, I don't fucking care, I'll shit on the handle. So he shits on the handle, then he goes and appears on Blind Date. Anyway... The guy is finally sat down, right? He sat there, and we are locked in human conflict. Not 3 feet from me, there is another human being, and neither of us are prepared to give in. Neither of us prepared to let the other, but we are aware of each other's presence, and we are clenched up. We are going to wait each other out for all eternity. He's got to plop first. I don't mind hearing him, but he's not going to hear me. We are divided only by a sheet of Formica that doesn't even touch the ground. I mean, what's that about? An extra 3 inches for a bit of human dignity. I mean, what's it there for? Ankle fetishists? Ugh, fucking sexy pair of socks there. Eventually I'll think, oh, I'll let him hear me. I've got to get out of this place. I was here first. I'm a lefty. I'll go first. I'm only fair. I'll have to hear it. I'll have to do it. I'll have to let him hear me. So I try and do the tiniest little plop. The tiniest. I drape a sheet of paper on the surface of the water to deaden the fall. Quite a few people thinking I thought I was the only person in the world. Imagine what a dangerous job it is I do, eh? First time I tried that gag, I'm thinking, fucking hell, I hope I'm right about this. And I fancy 600 people going, well, I've never done that, Ben. That sounds a bit weird. But it doesn't work. I drop a horrendous. It's like slapping a dead fish on the surface of a stagnant pond. Wallop, half a gallon of water straight up my arsehole. The poor person's B-day. I mean, that's probably why the bloke who never used any paper didn't bother. He thought, well, that'll dry in the fucking sun, that will. That sluiced me out. The noise is horrendous. It is showing on the Richter scale. The bloke next door's head, he's banging against the cubicle. In the horror and the tension of the moment, a disaster befalls him. A worse disaster than a loud splash. The unexpected fart. The one his bots gave him no warning of. The one that happens every 10 years, because normally your bot knows that you'd have to kill yourself or become a monk or a nun if anyone heard you fart. So it gives you a warning. That's the spinal column. It runs from the bum to the brain. That's the fart hotline, that is. It goes, fart coming, fart coming. Prepare to clench up and ease and squeeze. There we go. Let that one go in 5 discrete stages, you'll be all right. But this time, boom, out it comes. The guy next door's going to have to become a monk. He can't move. I can't move because he's heard my splash. He can't move because I've heard his fart. We are stuck for eternity. There is another bloke getting out of the ferry. He pays the ferryman, wades ashore through the ripples of the piss lake. He's choosing his cubicle. Can't go in the broken one. He'll have to go in whirly splash. You can hear the lengthy papering process. He's got a stepladder and some paste. He's doing it properly. Before we know it, there's 3 of us all sat in a row, 3 of us all clenched up. No, no, no. There is a 4th bloke getting out of the ferry. He tips the ferryman, wades ashore through the ripples of the piss lake. There's no cubicles left. There is nowhere to shit. There's only a broken one. He'll have to wait, whistling embarrassedly. There is no... He'll have to wait. But no one's going to move. No one's going to move. I can't move because he's heard my splash. He can't move because I've heard his fart. And the bloke in the 3rd one can't move because he's in an horrible whirly splatty one. And if he goes out and the next bloke goes in, that bloke will think he did it.